How to increase and intensify your personal magnetism. Reflecting on inspiring excerpts from talks given by Paramahansa Yogananda in the 1940s, we are reminded that thought is truly infinite. No matter what the field of study, once the mind is focused on a particular subject, it has the potential to stretch indefinitely in that direction. Developing and intensifying personal magnetism is a fascinating journey that involves deeply understanding the mind and applying practice of principles that transcend decades. Paramahansa Yogananda, a prominent spiritual master of the 20th century, offered valuable insights into how to elevate personal magnetism, highlighting the infinity of thought as the master key to this process. In his series of lectures in the 1940s, Yogananda highlighted the limitless nature of the human mind. By focusing the mind on a particular subject, it not only concentrates, but also expands infinitely in that direction. This is the starting point for expanding personal magnetism, the power to consciously direct our thoughts and energies to specific areas of our life. The first step in this process is self-awareness. It is imperative to understand our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, as these are the elements that shape our personal magnetism. Yogananda emphasized the importance of meditation as a tool for achieving this self-awareness. By delving into the depths of the mind, we can identify limiting thought patterns and replace them with thoughts that boost and expand our magnetic aura. Furthermore, Yogananda highlighted the intrinsic connection between the body and the mind. A healthy diet, regular exercise, and adequate sleeping habits are essential for balancing physical and mental energy. Personal magnetism is a holistic expression of our existence, and neglecting any aspect can undermine our efforts to enhance this magnetism. Another fundamental aspect is the practice of compassion and unconditional love. Yogananda emphasized that personal magnetism is not just about attracting favorable situations or people, but also about radiating love and positivity into the world around us. The law of return, according to him, operates effectively when our energies are invested in the well-being of others. Creative visualization is a powerful tool that Yogananda also recommended for amplifying personal magnetism. By vividly visualizing our goals and desires, we create an MRI that draws these experiences into our reality. The mind, when trained properly, becomes a magnet that manifests our thoughts into tangible events. Additionally, continuous self-improvement is crucial. Yogananda argued that by constantly striving for excellence in all areas of life, we are naturally increasing our personal magnetism. This includes developing skills, pursuing knowledge, and adopting a growth mindset. Intensifying personal magnetism is a journey that involves deeply understanding the mind, practicing meditation, balancing body and mind, expressing love and compassion, creative visualization, and committing to continuous self-improvement. By adopting these principles, we not only attract favorable circumstances, but we also become beacons of positivity, radiating a magnetic aura that positively influences the world around us. The wealth of wisdom and information available to be explored is limitless. Each individual, when interpreting messages in a unique way, goes through a unique mental process. Suppose someone pinches us. Initially, we experience a physical sensation, followed by perception. From perception, the mind forms the thought that we have been compressed. This is the moment of conception. The vastness of wisdom and information available for exploration is like an unexplored ocean, with depths that defy human understanding. Each individual, when navigating this vast territory of knowledge, interprets messages in a unique way, giving rise to a unique mental process. Imagine, for a moment, being pinched. This simple act triggers a cascade of fascinating events in our sensory and cognitive experience. Initially, we are confronted with a sharp physical sensation, a stimulus that activates nerve receptors in our skin. This is the first layer of experience, the body's immediate response to the stimulus. Creative visualization is a powerful tool that Yogananda also recommended for amplifying personal magnetism. By vividly visualizing our goals and desires, we create an MRI that draws these experiences into our reality. The mind, when trained properly, becomes a magnet that manifests our thoughts into tangible events. Additionally, continuous self-improvement is crucial. Yogananda argued that by constantly striving for excellence in all areas of life, we are naturally increasing our personal magnetism. This includes developing skills, pursuing knowledge, and adopting a growth mindset. Intensifying personal magnetism is a journey that involves deeply understanding the mind, practicing meditation, balancing body and mind, expressing love and compassion, creative visualization, and committing to continuous self-improvement. By adopting these principles, we not only attract favorable circumstances, but we also become beacons of positivity, radiating a magnetic aura that positively influences the world around us. The wealth of wisdom and information available to be explored is limitless. Each individual, when interpreting messages in a unique way, goes through a unique mental process. Suppose someone pinches us. Initially, we experience a physical sensation, followed by perception. From perception, the mind forms the thought that we have been compressed. This is the moment of conception. The vastness of wisdom and information available for exploration is like an unexplored ocean, with depths that defy human understanding. Each individual, when navigating this vast territory of knowledge, interprets messages in a unique way, giving rise to a unique mental process. Imagine, for a moment, being pinched. This simple act triggers a cascade of fascinating events in our sensory and cognitive experience. Initially, we are confronted with a sharp physical sensation, a stimulus that activates nerve receptors in our skin. This is the first layer of experience, the body's immediate response to the stimulus. Physical sensation, such as pinching, is the common starting point. However, how we interpret this sensation is deeply personal. Each mind weaves its own pattern of meaning, influenced by past experiences, beliefs, values, and unique perspectives. Perception, as a bridge between sensation and conception, plays a crucial role in determining the quality of our magnetism. This is where we begin to shape the event, assign meaning, and extract lessons or emotions. Two people can experience the same stimulus, but their individual perceptions can be radically different, leading to different responses and therefore variation in personal magnetism. Conception, the final stage of this process, is the crystallization of the meaning attributed to the experience. It is where the mind formulates thoughts, ideas, and interpretations that become an integral part of who we are. These conceptions, in turn, shape our perspective on the world and influence the way we interact with others. Personal magnetism, therefore, is an expression of our individuality manifested through these processes. The quality of this magnetism is not only determined by the experiences themselves, but by the unique way we interpret and incorporate them into our personal narrative. The authenticity of this process, the honesty with yourself in understanding and embracing your own perceptions and conceptions, contributes to the intensity of the magnetism we emit. Therefore, recognizing the individuality of this process is fundamental to improving our personal magnetism. By deeply understanding our own reactions, we can consciously adjust the way we interpret the world, cultivating an authentic and captivating magnetism that reflects the true essence of who we are. Magnetism, this mysterious force, is a powerful tool for attracting friendships and goodwill. We all want to be noticed, avoiding the feeling of being ignored. This applies from childhood, where a child deliberately seeks attention. Magnetism, that mysterious force that permeates our existence, emerges as a powerful tool for attracting friendships and goodwill. From the beginning of our journey, there has been an innate desire in all of us to be noticed, to avoid the uncomfortable feeling of being ignored. This search for recognition and connection transcends the barriers of time, reflecting itself since childhood, where a child, deliberately and innocently, seeks to attract attention. Social attraction, often driven by personal magnetism, is a complex and subtle phenomenon. At the heart of this desire for connection is the search for validation, the desire to be noticed and valued by others. In this context, magnetism emerges as the tool that shapes the intensity of this attraction. In childhood, this impulse is evident when a child seeks attention from their parents, classmates, or friends. Whether through gestures, words, or peculiar behaviors, the child is involved in an active search to be noticed, to arouse interest in those around him. This is the beginning of the intuitive understanding that personal magnetism plays a significant role in how we are perceived and valued by others. As we grow up, this fundamental desire to be noticed remains, but it takes on more subtle forms. Personal magnetism becomes a crucial tool for positively influencing social interactions. Those who radiate an authentic, captivating, and positive magnetism have an innate ability to attract friendships and cultivate goodwill around them. Social magnetism, however, is not just about superficial attention-getting. It involves the ability to create genuine connections, to establish relationships based on authenticity and mutual respect. Empathy, the ability to understand and emotionally connect with others, plays a crucial role in this process. Furthermore, personal magnetism is intrinsically linked to self-confidence and self-acceptance. Those who radiate confidence in themselves and accept who they are exert a magnetic power that naturally attracts others. This authenticity creates an atmosphere of trust and positivity, fundamental elements in building lasting relationships. Recognizing and cultivating our personal magnetism becomes a journey of self-discovery and continuous development. It is a powerful tool to positively influence the world around us, creating meaningful bonds and contributing to the construction of a network of enriching interpersonal relationships. In addition to wanting to be well regarded, it is crucial to extend to others the understanding and consideration that we desire for ourselves. Compassion and forgiveness for our own weaknesses must be expressed as readily as we criticize others for their failures. Beyond the innate desire to be well thought of, there is a crucial dimension to building healthy relationships, the ability to extend to others the understanding and consideration that we so desire for ourselves. In this intricate fabric of human relationships, compassion and forgiveness for our own weaknesses must be expressed with the same readiness with which we sometimes criticize others for their failures. The search for mutual understanding and empathy creates solid foundations for genuine relationships. By recognizing that we all have imperfections and that, at different times, we need compassion and forgiveness, we strengthen social cohesion. It is easy sometimes to forget that every individual faces challenges and internal struggles, and the expression of compassion then becomes a bridge that connects our human experiences. Self-compassion, an act of acceptance and forgiveness of our own shortcomings, is the fundamental starting point. We are imperfect beings in a complex world, and recognizing our own weaknesses allows us to cultivate a more tolerant approach towards others. Excessive self-criticism can create an atmosphere of judgment, while self-compassion creates a space for growth and continuous improvement. Expressing compassion for others, especially in the face of their imperfections, promotes a culture of acceptance and understanding. The willingness to forgive is a powerful act that not only eases emotional burdens, but also paves the way for reconciliation and strengthens interpersonal bonds. It is a recognition of our shared humanity in which we are all subject to failure, and we all deserve an opportunity for redemption. Readiness to forgive does not imply accepting injustices or harmful behaviors, but rather recognizing that, on our common path of growth, everyone has room to evolve. This not only nurtures a more positive environment, but also contributes to a more compassionate and resilient society. Extending to others the understanding and consideration we desire for ourselves is an act of emotional generosity. Compassion and forgiveness, both for ourselves and others, create fertile ground for healthy relationships and contribute to building a community where acceptance and mutual support are fundamental values. Self-reformation is fundamental, because by reforming ourselves, we positively influence thousands of others by example. The authenticity of our actions speaks louder than words. Kindness towards everyone is the first step to becoming a king of hearts, loved by all. The search for self-reformation is a fundamental journey, because when we reform ourselves, we exert a positive influence that extends far beyond our personal sphere. The authenticity of our actions often speaks louder than words, and kindness towards everyone proves to be the first step towards becoming a king of hearts, loved by all. Self-reformation is not just an individual process, but a catalyst for collective transformation. When we strive to improve ourselves, we set a powerful example that inspires others to follow suit. This influence is not restricted to words of encouragement, but is manifested through our everyday actions, reflecting an authenticity that resonates deeply with those around us. Authenticity is the master key in this process. It's not just about changing for convenience or to please others, but about aligning our actions with our core values. When we act authentically, we convey a sincerity that is noticed and appreciated by those around us. Consistency between what we say and what we do builds a solid foundation for mutual trust and respect. Kindness, as the first step towards becoming a king of hearts, proves to be a transformative force. Being kind to everyone, regardless of their station in life, creates an atmosphere of positivity that spreads like waves, impacting the quality of our interactions and relationships. Kindness is not just an isolated gesture, but an ongoing posture that defines the way we relate to the world. When seeking self-reform, it is important to cultivate understanding and empathy. Understanding others' perspectives, recognizing our own limitations, and demonstrating empathy in our interactions fosters an environment of mutual growth. This constructive approach contributes to a collective sense of support and collaboration. As we reform, we not only seek to improve ourselves, but we also aspire to be positive agents of change around us. Self-reformation, driven by authenticity, kindness, and empathy, is the seed that grows toward lasting positive impact, influencing not only our own lives, but also touching the hearts of thousands around us. Wickedness is seen as a spiritual illness, harming not only our happiness, but also our nervous system. When faced with the inappropriate behavior of others, instead of reacting with malice, we should redouble our determination to be kind. Self-control emerges as a powerful tool, preventing the voice from becoming harsh with anger or revenge. Just as a flower shed scatters petals of kindness, facing adversity with self-control and correct behavior connects us to eternal good. Self-control emerges as a powerful tool in the midst of emotional storms, preventing the voice from becoming harsh with anger or revenge. Similar to a flower garden that scatters petals of kindness, facing adversity with self-control and correct behavior connects us to eternal good, transcends momentary emotions, and establishes a lasting pattern of equanimity. In moments of challenge, self-control acts as a protective shield against negative impulses. By restraining the immediate reaction of anger or resentment, we gain space for a considered and reflective response. This not only preserves harmony in interactions, but also preserves our own inner peace. The voice, often a transparent reflection of emotional state, can become a destructive force when tinged with anger or revenge. Self-control, however, acts like a filter, purifying the words we choose to express. By choosing to face adversity with composure, we cultivate an environment around us that thrives with kindness and compassion. The petals of this kindness not only touch those we interact with, but they also reverberate, creating a lasting impact. Facing challenges with correct behavior goes beyond simple emotional control. It reflects a conscious choice to act in accordance with ethical principles regardless of external circumstances. This attitude not only elevates our own integrity, but also nurtures a connection to the eternal good, a pattern of conduct that transcends the ephemeral and aligns with deeper, more enduring values. The continued practice of self-control not only strengthens us individually, but also contributes to building healthier relationships and more compassionate societies. By choosing to face adversity with serenity and correct actions, we become not only agents of our own transformation, but also sowers of a harvest of lasting well-being that spreads like a garden in full bloom. Cultivating the inner self is essential. True attraction goes beyond physical appearance and extends to mental and spiritual beauty. Often, spiritual qualities are like precious jewels hidden beneath the surface, transcending mere external beauty. To be truly attractive, you need to develop your inner self. The spiritual qualities of the soul must be nourished, transforming us into attractive beings, not only in the physical aspect, but as complete beings. May each of us become a magnet of positivity, radiating love and compassion to the world around us. It is truly fortunate that sometimes physical attractiveness can hide the ugliness of our bones, tendons, and internal organs. However, why persist in year after year adorning only the outward form? In the United States especially, there is an emphasis on maintaining one's external image to disguise aging. Surprisingly, many people looking 40 may actually be 60. Keeping your body fit and attractive is a personal choice. We can shape our body as we wish. There is no reason to be careless or let it deteriorate. Controlling weight is vital, and weight loss can often result from laziness or overeating. Some people go on extreme diets, overcompensating the next day. Regular exercise and a balanced diet are essential. However, the emphasis on the outside must not eclipse care for the inner self. While painting your face and coloring your hair may attract attention in the social world or in business, they do not contribute to personality enhancement. Balancing attention between inner and outer attractiveness is crucial. In the eastern states, the emphasis is mainly on inner attractiveness, while in the West, there is a greater appreciation of physical attractiveness. True magnetism arises when there is a harmonious combination of both. Being mentally attractive is preferable, but if it's possible to be both, that's even better. Simplifying external things and taking time to beautify the inner self is the way to develop true magnetism. This approach allows others to notice someone's initial simplicity upon first meeting, revealing over time an attractive and magnetic inner personality. The eyes play a crucial role in this process. Socrates and Lincoln are examples of individuals whose magnetism emanated from their inner qualities. The eyes, being the most significant physical feature, clearly reflect who we are on the inside. Cultivating peaceful, calm, and loving eyes contributes to an inner attractiveness that transcends physical appearance. Turning trials into triumphs is a constant process of physical, mental, moral, and spiritual improvement. Each test should be seen as an opportunity to improve. In the midst of difficulties, instead of becoming rebellious, consider each trial as a pickaxe to dig the soil of consciousness and release the source of inner spiritual strength. Analyzing thoughts, feelings, and actions daily, constantly seeking improvement, is true living. Tests were not created to destroy, but to reveal the hidden power within each person, made in the perfect image of God. Seeing challenges as stimuli to strengthen the inner self is the right attitude, recognizing the inherent potential as a human being. The fighter's journey teaches us that if he doesn't face stronger opponents, he won't become stronger. Likewise, when we courageously face all our difficulties with spiritual strength, we become even more robust and powerful. When we are tested, we resurrect the forgotten image of God within us, consciously reconnecting with the Father. It is imperative that we remember to use the strength given to us by God to overcome our trials, thus strengthening our inner life. The source of this internal magnetism is the divine inner force. Good company and deep attention are crucial allies in this process. By paying deep attention, we can draw on the magnetism of others and learn to direct our full attention to everything we do. Becoming a good listener and tuning in to people who have attractive qualities that we want to develop is essential. Thinking deeply about the great men of history allows us to receive their vibrations. Direct contact with a person of wisdom surpasses simply reading books or listening to speeches. Saints and others who perform notable feats in this world possessed great magnetism. Associating with them, even if only mentally, allows us to receive their spiritual vibrations. Visiting places where the saints lived, such as Assisi, Bodh Gaya, and Jerusalem, imbues us with the vibrations left by divine souls who visited these places. Attunement to the divine does not occur just by thinking about them for a few moments, but through daily meditation on a great saint. Direct association with a God-realized man of wisdom can occur through contact or deep meditation. Tuning your consciousness to that of a great soul who loves God gradually transforms your life in wonderful ways. God is the supreme source of magnetism. Seeking first the kingdom of God, placing our minds on God in deep meditation, loving Him with all our heart, and feeling at peace in His presence attracts to us everything we dream of and much more. Divine magnetism, when cultivated with unconditional love for God, enables us to attract achievements and fulfillment of desires, being a truly magnetic attractiveness that is worth developing. Always desire what is good, noble, and pure. As a divine being filled with God's magnetism, you will be irresistibly drawn to whatever you seek. Meditate deeply and send your soul's call to God, inviting Him into your temple, regardless of external conditions. Recognize that when the realization that you truly love God and are loved by Him comes, the attachment to the physical body will weaken. The divine man who loves God more than himself discovers that true attractiveness lies in God, thus losing attachment to the material body. The body, once so precious, becomes secondary, as the inner life assumes greater importance than vain material activities. The divine man who loves God deeply realizes that whether his body is traveling the paths of the earth or resting in the ocean of death, he is always with the Lord. Life and death may sing their songs, but the divine man identifies with the song of eternity. He understands that he cannot die, as he is the breath of eternal life. In a prayer, he declares that he has thrown away all negative thoughts, broken the chains of materialism, and is being transformed by God's magnetic presence. He recognizes himself as a divine magnet, allowing the magnetism of God's wisdom, love, and joy to flow through him. In a blessed ending, he thanks, sealing the prayer with an amen of peace. These are excerpts from the book Journey to Self-Realization by Paramahansa Yogananda. If you liked it, subscribe because I will always bring videos like this. Until later.